Hi there, meme children, it's your meme mom. Haven't used that one for a while. In case you're wondering, no, this is not how I walk around my home, though it is today. I'm basically wearing some like Edwardian undergarments because I bought this 111 years old dress that I want to try on. I kind of have a feeling it's not gonna fit. I've tried it once before without any undergarments, and I have a feeling my corset is gonna add that extra like couple of millimeters, which is gonna make it impossible to wear it. Usually I don't do it. I don't wear garments that are more than 100 years old. Neither should you. Not a good idea. Did someone just open a window? But this one is so good and it's in such a good condition that I thought I'm just gonna give it a try. I'm gonna be very delicate with it. If I hear anything breaking, I'm gonna stop and this video is gonna be pointless. So the dress I got it was labeled as 1905, but judging by the shape of the skirt and the shape of the... I'm thinking it's closer to like 1908 or 1909. It also has a matching cape, which is kind of also the reason why I decided to spend an obscene amount of money on this. And also it's in a really good condition. It's a little bit dusty, but I didn't have the nerve to try and clean it. I'd rather have it dirty than not have it at all. This is the dress. I'm dying. It's so beautifully made. Basically, it just makes me want to wear Edwardian clothing every single day. Can you see the cape? Oh my god. If I ever do get excited over stuff, it's antique clothing, because damn, this girl is fine. Like, just look at the tiny details on the cape. Who in the world, like who in their right mind would care about things like that? No one. I'm telling you, no one. Can you imagine someone at H&M or Zara going like, well, we might need to have some hand-sewn details here and there because otherwise this dress is like too plain. No. No one cares anymore. With this one though, oh my goodness. And also what totally sold me this dress is the fact that it has a kind of underlayer with like a tiny frill on the bust to make the bust look fuller. And I was like, am I really going to spend that much money because of it? Yes, I am. So here it is. Here is my dress and I'm broke. But who cares? I invest in art. So basically I'm gonna take the cape off just so we can see the dress in its full glory. To be honest, the cape is what makes it look a bit earlier, but like the sleeves and generally the construction and the fact that the detail on the skirt is asymmetrical screams like later in the decade for me. So I'm not gonna say it's like 1905 because I honestly believe it's later, especially that the skirt is kind of straight. So this is the dress. Boy, I'm gonna die. Can you see the tiny details? You can't, obviously, because the camera is not zoomed in. Silly me. You can't see it, but it's gorgeous. So it has an outer layer. It has a lace layer that I think was probably at some point lined with silk, but the lining just fell apart. So then you have an inner layer. Check this out. It's like a matryoshka here. Check this out. So it has an inner layer with a frill. Oh my god. Just the construction of it. I'm about to faint. Like, can you see the boning? It has boning inside the bodice. Like, why would anyone care? You're gonna wear a corset anyway. But no. Edwardians were like, we need a better construction. All of the pleats. And it's funny because inside it's not like modern haute couture where everything is like, you know, finished and detailed. Inside they just don't care, and it's so typical for like antique clothing. When it comes to the outside, it's like super detailed and, you know, everything is thought through, but when it comes to the insides, as long as no one sees it, they just don't care. Here is like a piece of fabric that's just hanging loose and I have no idea where it comes from. Another one, but you can see it's hand sewn. The pleats are just even the bloody collar is boned. Like, it has bones inside the collar. So the thing is, it is a bit short. It has a really large hem, so if I really wanted to wear it, I might undo the hem and just have it probably about the length it should be, but I'm not gonna do that because it's an antique piece and I don't feel like doing that so far. Like, I only just got it, so I don't want to destroy it right after. And the other measurement I'm a bit worried about is definitely the waist, because it just seemed a bit tight. So we're gonna see if I'm even gonna fit in. As I said, I've tried this before, but that was without all the undergarments that I feel might make it a bit trickier, so we'll see if it works. And the skirt is double layered. It has an overskirt, which is asymmetrical, and it has an underskirt, I guess, which is pleated, and that's again where I was kind of worried of washing the dress, because I don't want the pleats to go away. Because it's gonna be a pain to like redo them, so I just left it as it is, and I'm hoping there are no bugs living in it, because that would be a disaster. There is a front lace panel, like an asymmetrical one that is slightly to the left. There is the front brooch something piece, which is sewn on, so it's not really a brooch. And there is a couple of holes, like literally minimal damage, and the rest of it is like mint condition. It basically looks as if no one has ever worn it. Even the hooks and eyes they look new, whereas I've bought stuff from this decade before and they were all rotten and basically like falling apart when you touch them, so I think it's really incredible. So okay, yeah, I'm gonna try and put it on. At some point I'm gonna have to ask my sister to help me out because I'm thick. I kind of feel afraid of just touching it because I don't want the weight of the fabric to pull any threads, but at the same time it's very exciting to handle it this way. Okay, I'm gonna try and put it over my intricate updo that took me like a minute and it's messy as hell. Oh my god, am I really gonna do it? Okay. Okay, here is where I need to be really, really careful. I don't want to speak because I don't want to move too much. Okay, it doesn't look great so far. Yeah, there is no way I'm gonna close it with all the undergarments on, I guess. But I already love the look of it. It kind of fits. Okay, now if I manage to close it without giving it any damage, I'm gonna be very grateful. But I think just the corset itself is like another layer that probably should not be there. It actually should, but like not on me because I'm too thick. And then it's interesting because my waist is like 65 centimeters, which is like what, 26 inches, and it's still too big for an antique dress. Though this one is not super short though, so that lady must have had a good waist. I wonder what happens if I take the corset off. Oh, it actually, can you see the silhouette? Oh my god. Oh my god. I have like a pigeon breast without even trying. Oh, this is so, oh damn. Downton Abbey. Hell yeah. Lady Crawley moved away because I'm coming for your man. I really like the puffiness, and most of it is achieved by the frill I just showed you. There is like, my boobs are around here. So this thing was made purely to achieve that like pigeon breast shape that I absolutely love. And that's the thing, like this is why I don't believe this one is from 1905, because in 1905 all of the puffiness would be around here, whereas this one really gives off more of like 1908 to 1910 vibes. It's interesting how well it fits considering it was not made for me. I always have this with antique or vintage clothing. It just fits me so well even though it was made for someone that lived 70 years ago, and it fits so much better than all of the like modern clothing. I don't know why, because obviously neither of those things were made for me, but for some reason vintage clothing is always so well tailored and the modern clothing is not. Now let me try on the cape. So the cape, from what I've noticed, is missing the lining that it used to have. It's kind of like really raw. And at first I was kind of eager to believe they actually made it like this because, as I said, they basically, if anything was underneath, they really didn't care. But I've noticed some remains of silk lining, so I'm guessing it was there. So it's embroidered in this like lovely soutache, and then it has those tiny swirls. I think the cape, from all of the dress, the cape is in the worst condition because it has a couple of holes. I want to live in Edwardian era, damn it. So this one is definitely more of an outer garment, and it's also kind of decorative. I was wondering like what sort of belt or anything they wore with it because it's kind of loose and like fluffy, and I think it's supposed to be like that. So in that case it probably had some sort of like, maybe not a belt, but maybe like a hook and eye. Oh, there's actually, oh my god, there are actually yeah, this one. I wonder, because it's quite high up here, so it probably would have been closed. That's really interesting. I didn't notice that before. So yeah, if this is supposed to be closed, then it'll probably be like this. Though I kind of like the more open look. It's funny because I feel like a fashion blogger, except it's like 110 years old dress and it's surreal. Because I'm like, oh, here's this coat I got. So I don't know how I'm supposed to wear it, but I guess I should wear it like that. There's something odd going on here. It's probably because my neck is supernaturally tall. It also has a label. Basically says Au Louvre Paris Rayon, something like 61, and then TAILLE 44. Probably a size, I guess. I'm gonna have to show the whole thing to you because the skirt is really interesting and I'm really excited to have this piece, even though it's probably the last time I'm wearing it because, as I said, it's very vulnerable, though I might wear it for a photo shoot someday because it doesn't really show a lot of damage and it's really sturdy, but I just don't want to risk it. So it's really interesting seeing how it's made, all the details that went to it. It's obviously, it must have been an expensive piece back then because it's made professionally by like a fashion salon. There is a lot of details, embroidery and hand sewing, which obviously made it more expensive at the time. I absolutely love the silhouette it gives because it's like, I'm not doing anything, it's just doing stuff for me. Like, it basically makes me look like my waist is small, whereas it's not. But I'm gonna have to try it on without the corset, and I might do it now just to check if it's gonna close on me. Though it is Easter time and I've eaten 8 slices of cake today, so chances are pretty small. So I took the corset off and I closed it and it fits and it looks so good. It almost made me cry. So, like, just to give you an idea, here's what I look like without a damn corset, and I still look like an Edwardian lady should look like. I'm really careful though because the belt is kind of tense now, so I'm trying not to breathe too deep so I don't break it, but still, just, oh, the feeling is amazing. It's like I don't have to do anything, the silhouette is there on its own. I think that's what Edwardian clothing was like, the really like rich and expensive one. It was kind of like you just put it on and it does the job for you. It's like you don't have to worry about all the undergarments to give you the silhouette because the clothing itself enhances it so well. I'm really trying not to breathe too deep because it's stressful, but I'm gonna try and show you the whole dress because I feel like what you're seeing right now is like just a snippet of it. But damn, it feels well, and I'm definitely gonna wear it to my first Oscars if I ever go there. So, oh, it feels so good. I don't even know what to say. I'm obsessed with it. And I only could wish people made this clothing nowadays so you could get it, because it's really hard to recreate all those methods. This one is just like taken straight from 110 or 11 years ago and put on a modern body, and it just feels, boy have you ever eaten pizza? Because the feeling is kind of similar. Like you just feel like you're in heaven and you want to die. So I'm gonna have to go and show you guys the whole thing because it's amazing. Please don't try antique clothing on unless it's in a really good condition.
For safety reasons, do not try to copy anything which appears on the following program.
Obviously with pieces like that, they're really unique. There aren't much left in the world, so I'm gonna have to try and preserve it instead of like wearing it as I kind of feel like doing, but I'm not gonna because it's old and it's unique and it's a piece of art and history, and I'm just so happy that I could get it. And now I'm just gonna stop doing that because this video is gonna turn into this really long and boring praise of my latest purchases, so to avoid that I'm gonna stop here. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Oh my god. Lady Violet, I'm coming.